各位长官、各位贵宾，我们南会的主席一将主。
Ladies and gentlemen, our chairperson.
Opportunity to ask all of you to go on stage for a group photo first. 各位长官、各位贵宾，今天机会非常的难得，我们是不是邀请所有的贵宾一起到舞台上，我们照一张大合照，来一起纪念这个重要的时刻 ？Ladies and gentlemen, please go on to the stage. We're going to have a group photo to mark this incredible moment. 也请工作人员协助所有的贵宾上台的就位哈。我们分成2排，第一排请我们这个仪将自委会的仪将主席，还有我们的大使，还有代表呢就位。那第2排呢，我们请各个国家的副代表、处长来做就位。There are 2 rows for the group photo. The first row is for the chair, the ambassadors and representatives, and the second row is for deputy representatives and directors. Please follow the lead of our staff members for your spot to the photo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are allowed to take off the mask for the group photo, so please. 好，摄影师这边 OK 吗？So our representatives online, please wave your hands for the group photo. 摄影师这边 OK 了吗？好，我们第一张哈。来，我们大家看向前方，我数1、2、3，请大家秀出最美的笑容。Ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful smile on 3. 1, 2, 3. 好，我们再来一张哈。第2张，我们请大家一起竖起大拇指，用阿美族的赛责任哈，为南岛民族加油。Ladies and gentlemen, please give your thumbs up and everybody say 赛责任 on 3. 准备好了吗？来 ，1, 2, 3， 赛责任。好，谢谢，非常感谢大家的配合。我们现在是不是也请我们工作人员引导我们的贵宾回到座位上？我们今天的会议马上就要开始。Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your cooperation. Please return to your seats. We're going to proceed to the meeting immediately. 在此也非常感谢大家的出席在过去的这1年，南岛民族论坛的工作是能够持续的推动，都要感谢我们所有论坛会员的协助。And ladies and gentlemen, while you're seated, please put on the headset for the interpretation. We're going to call the meeting to order momentarily. 也请我们的工作人员协助使节代表把我们的耳机戴上。中文频道是1，英文频道是2。For this meeting, we're going to have simultaneous interpretation. Please help us make sure that your headset is turned on and switch to channel 2 for English. 好，南岛民族论坛
The Austronesian Forum 2021 Executive Council meeting will now begin. We first welcome Chairperson Ijang Baru to the stage for a remark. Our members of the diplomatic corps, our member delegates online, and all of our participants on site. Ngai ho. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to explain to everyone that originally we were scheduled to hold this Executive Council meeting in the Marshall Islands, but due to the pandemic and border controls in various countries, with considerable consideration, we decided to move the forum and executive council meeting to Taiwan, back to Taiwan this year. I would especially like to thank all of the ambassadors and representatives at the physical offline meeting here today, and all of our online participants. Especially, we have Minister Jimmy Nation of the Marshall Islands. Please wave your hand. Do wave to us. And Minister Isabella Dagiago of Nauru. Hello. Thank you for waving. And our traditional leader of Palau, also my very good friend, Suranghe Whip Sr. Hello. And also our Deputy Minister, Taufia Potolo of Tuvalu. Hello, Deputy Minister, hello. And also our Chairman Alan Capuyan of the Philippines. Hello, Chairman, would you like to wave your hand with everyone, to everyone? And also our CEO, Charlotte Severin of New Zealand. Thank you for waving. And also our Chairman Datu Ik Pahong Joik of Malaysia. Hello. Hello, Datu. And also our Director Melvin of Guam. Hello. I would just like to make sure that you can all hear me so we can better facilitate our meeting. And also CEO Sylvia Husey of the Hawaii State. Hello. I think it's the upper left corner on our screen. The one on the lower right hand corner without the camera on. And our Minister Isi Henry Leonard of Papua New Guinea. Minister Leonard, are you online? Okay. We hope you can join us soon. And also we have Gregory Juan Chok of Belize. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Now, because of the time difference, in some countries it is now the middle of the night. I would like to thank all of you for participating in the Executive Council meeting this year online and participate in the discussions today. Now, this year is our second year into our 6-year plan. Even though some of the working projects are affected by the pandemic, most of the projects were completed with our concerted efforts, and we've had fruitful results. Furthermore, regarding our priority projects for the next year, we have them also planned and will be explaining to everyone later on. Thank you, everyone. Arai. Thank you, Chairperson. Now, according to our agenda, we will now be adopting the meeting minutes for the 2020 Executive Council meeting. Please refer to page 3 for English and page 15 for Chinese. Please refer to our pamphlets for the English version on page 3 and page 15 for Chinese. I am sure you have already read this. Actually, the meeting minutes is page 5 for English. If there are no objections, this is adopted. We now move on to our announcement. Basically, the implementation progress of the projects in 2021 and future priorities. Please refer to page 22 for English and 24 for Chinese. So we would like to invite our Secretary General of Taipei Secretariat, Akigu, to share with us our results and our future plans. Now I give the floor to our Secretary General. Hello, everyone. Our Chairperson, Ijang Paru, and our member delegates, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and everybody here today. Good morning. The Taipei Secretariat will now be sharing with you our implementation results and future project planning. First of all, regarding our projects, last year in December, the Austronesian Forum on the Revitalization and Exchange of the Austronesian Languages were held. We had 9 members and 3 scholars from 3 countries and the 16 language promotion organizations in Taiwanese people. The topics include cherish the value of Formosan languages, the inspiration from indigenous language education in Palau and Taiwan, and current status and future development of indigenous languages, revitalization and promotions. Chairperson Yi Jiang and Ambassador Nijan Edwards delivered remarks in their perspective mother languages, demonstrating the diversity of Austronesian languages. And in January this year, we published the 3 books on Austronesian cultures, namely Pacific Histories, Ocean, Land, and People, Everyday Life in Southeast Asia, Bravo for Marshallese, Regaining Control in a Post-Nuclear, Post-Colonial World. And among what we have our delegates and our foreign members participating, among which Pacific Histories, Ocean, Land, and People was chosen by President Tsai as one of the selected books for 2021. And we can see that the United Nations has declared and announced February 21 to be the International Mother Language Day. And in response to this, in 20th and 21st of February this year, we held the 2021 Forum on Taiwan Indigenous Languages Development with 325 people participating. The meeting included award ceremony for the revitalization of indigenous languages and a keynote speech on the historical truth of indigenous language loss and national language revitalization strategies. And we had 6 languages provided in simultaneous interpreting, like general international conferences, and it's the first of many. We understand that language diversity is the most beautiful gift to the world from Taiwan. Indigenous language with vitality is the indispensable voice to Taiwan. And this year, the forum hosted we organized the Austronesian Youth United to participate in the 2021 National Indigenous Games with 21 youth participating from 9 countries. And President Tsai also introduced the Austronesian Youth United at the opening ceremony to everyone and pointed out that this is the largest in scale with the most people participating in this game. Mostly we have the Austronesian Youth United to participate in the traditional archery, wood chopping, and weight-bearing items. And this diversity is the feature of Indigenous games. And this August, we hosted the origin of the Austronesian book launch. The book is the first to compile perspectives in linguistics, archaeology, genetics, and botany, an important book in exploring the origins of the Austronesians. In the presentation, the U.S. linguist Robert Blust said in his video that the Austronesians spread through from Taiwan and migrated halfway around the world, passing 206 degrees in latitude, and moved from Madagascar to Rapa Nui, Easter Island, which is the greatest chapter of migration history in the history of human. And Australian archaeologist Peter Bellwood also said that the key to out of Taiwan theory is language, and there are over 300 million people using the Austronesian languages, sharing many similarities. Our chairperson, Yi Jiang, also mentioned in his remark that Taiwan is key to the research of Austronesian language origins, and this is something that we share with the world.
经济产业发展
And also, indigenous economic industry development is also a very important task of this forum. This November, we have invited representatives from Palau, New Zealand, and Canada to give keynote speeches in 2021 Indigenous Peoples Economic Development Forum, giving future perspectives of indigenous industries, covering Austronesian tourism and also the branding of tourism. And also we covered the current indigenous economic industry development status in Taiwan. And also this forum was hosted by Minister Yi Jiang, and we have invited a group of experts from different fields to share their experience and their fruitful results. And the 2021 cultivation program of indigenous talents for international affairs has concluded in this September. So we have 15 Taiwanese indigenous members and also 15 representatives from 11 other countries. And also we have 8 of our member representatives attending this conclusion ceremony to share that pleasure and joy. And this training help these participants to explore indigenous affairs from community-based perspectives. And this year, Austronesian Youth Employment and Competence Empowerment Program was concluded in this November. So we have young people from 11 countries in Taiwan, including countries like Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Palau, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, New Zealand, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and Belize. And they also attended this empowerment program with indigenous young men of Taiwan. And this is a interesting event that deliver occupational training to international indigenous peoples to enhance their competitiveness in the future in the workforce. And also, we have launched Austronesian Studies e-resource gateway. This is the first database internationally to focus on Pacific and Austronesian issues. And there are different lists for search and inquiries covering the name of the researcher, their post, and also their past publications. And this year, the database collects information mainly from Pacific Islands. And going forward, we are going to focus on collecting data and information from Southeast Asia, Taiwan, and Madagascar. We would like to promote Austronesian knowledge, and through digital channel we can attract users' attention so that going forward people would come to these online exhibition for better understanding of Austronesian cultures. And in the future, 1 year, here I would like to go over the outline of future work in order to publish the translation and publishing of selected works of Austronesian culture. By February of 2022, we are going to publish Sun Egg Pottery 100-page trilingual picture book. And also next year in December, we will also publish the Pacific Islands, an encyclopedia translated and to be published. And this is a book involving 202 Austronesian experts and scholars. And this is so far the most comprehensive tool encyclopedia introducing Pacific Islands. And considering the border control because of the pandemic about this international affairs talent training, we will adopt this bubble travel policy and lead 24 participants of the current program and the past program overseas. This is the first time that we take this training program overseas, so we can continue to facilitate exchange and connection between indigenous youth. And we will also continue to push for the next new chapter of this empowerment of indigenous youth. And thirdly, we have a comprehensive community development and exchange program. And next year, we will have one session of training program for Austronesian indigenous community building program. And based on community needs, the participants would be able to make their proposal asking for donation. So we plan to take 4 proposals in 2020 and 3 in 2023, and we plan to give a funding of NTD $1 million by providing coaching and mentoring support. We can ensure that these projects can be implemented properly. And fourthly, we will have 2 researches to be completed by the end of 2022. One is the research on the Melanesia region, and we are going to look into the difficulties and challenges of these region, and we are going to divide this research in different sections like industry, power distribution, environmental governance, gender, and decolonization. And then we are going to conduct the similarities and differences between these region and Taiwanese indigenous peoples. And we are going to propose an exchange on different subjects like arts and academic disciplines, and also inter-regional organizations, government agencies exchange. And our second research project is the research on Austronesian traditional leader system. We're going to cover the current institutions of traditional leadership in Austronesian regions. So these are the past of our work results, and as well as our future program and tasks we plan to do. We look forward to your feedback. Thank you for that overview. And now we are going to show you a video clip. So to give you the overview of our Austronesian Forum's important results and achievements.
一切都还表现得很好，就是有些因为是心理因素，可能在练习的时间不够长，但是他们已经尽力很棒。
这次原民运不但是规模最大，参赛人数最多的一次。 而且在各县市的队伍之外，还有一支特别的队伍。各位好，那就是我们南岛民族青年联队，我们 Austronesian Youth United 就在那里。这么多届以来，第一次有我们南岛民族的跨国队伍参赛。这次联队有来自东南亚跟大洋洲9个国家。 在台湾读书的大学生，他们是南岛民族的兄弟姐妹，报名了射箭、负重、巨木3个传统的运动项目，要跟台湾的族人朋友们一较高下。我们再一次用掌声欢迎他们，好不好？
这本书可以说是台湾第一本集结的不同研究观点，来探究南岛起源的很重要的一个著作。
随着地球的工业化与全球化的脚步加速，世界上有许多的语言与像动物、植物一样都濒临灭绝或已经消失，造成人类文化与生物多样性无可挽回的损失。
每一种语言都有它自己的系统。 不是任何别的语言可以取代的。
在广大的太平洋地区所共同的语言体系之根源，对全人类来说是意义巨大的资产。
To our culture, and definitely will be with us forever, like our children, their children, and the children of their children will be able to learn this.
As I say this in my foreword, this is a very important topic that most people know nothing about. Even people who speak these related languages, who speak Austronesian languages, they have little idea about the history of their language family. This to me, what's called the Austronesian expansion out of Taiwan to halfway around, more than halfway around the world, 206 degrees of longitude from Madagascar to Easter Island or Rapa Nui. This is one of the great chapters in human history.
As I said before, the oldest stage of Austronesian linguistics is located in Taiwan, and linguists are in agreement that the oldest location for Austronesian languages that can be traced was Taiwan, and those languages therefore spread from Taiwan thousands of years ago into Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands.
那今天，来自台湾的屏东县三地门乡，跟我们帛琉的在地的安加尔州跟恩切萨尔州签署姐妹市合作备忘录，就是落实我们南岛民族实质交流的典范。
三地门乡跟帛琉都是南岛语族，我们在语言上有很多相似的地方。这次台湾第一个原乡与邦交国帛琉政府签署原住民议题合作备忘录的一个首例。我希望让更多台湾原住民族的事务可以推动到国际上，让原住民族自治能够前进。
原民会非常重视青年培训，南岛民族论坛的各个国家也非常重视青年培训，所以你们是最重要的。
I'm so happy that I know that Tuvalu and Taiwan still have connection, like we are the same.
对我来讲是很新鲜，因为我以前从来没有去思考过这个问题。就是那个独木舟，就是可以从非洲到澳洲，这个觉得很难去想象。
大家遇到最大的问题就是，的确在部落做创作，他面临的是生存，就是说他如何可以一边做创作，一边可以生活下来。
原民会在未来也将规划前往其他的国家举办区域培训班。
This is such a wonderful forum, and to see all the young people getting together, sharing their culture, their heritage with one another, it's so important now and for the future. So I'm so happy to be a part of this.
好，感谢。
Thank you for that overview. Now I'm going to give the floor back to Minister Zhang. I think that was a video clip well done, well edited, but I thought it was going to be longer, but it just ended. So I think that means we can continue to showcase our great results for 2022 next year. So going forward, after the video clip and the presentation made by Akiku, we have a good view of our results of past 1 year. Do we have any comments or feedback